Great RPGs are hard to find on mobile, and this video is literally the product of 1 year of playing and carefully picking the best ones. Hey warriors, I'm Ben, and today on Android Gamespot, I'll talk about my picks for the best RPG games on Android and iOS that came out in 2019. This video was made possible thanks to my Patreon supporters, and if you also want to support my work, check out the link in the description for more info. And just a quick reminder before we begin, I publish new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for more epic content. Number 10. Pokemon Masters. When this game was first announced, I got excited. Then a trailer was released and my hype amplified tenfold. And although I liked the mechanics of Pokemon Go, it felt shallow to me, as it had no story or characters to talk to and so on. Fast forward to Pokemon Masters release, fans weren't too happy with some of the major issues that came with the game. Namely, how you can't go out in the wild and catch Pokemon, the bad microtransaction system, and the balance issues towards the late stages of the game. And I do agree with all, but to me, just as importantly as criticizing the game for its cons, we need to praise it for its pros, so that perhaps the developers can learn and build up on the good stuff. Pokemon Masters is a beautifully designed 3v3 battle RPG, and if you're fond of the world of Pokemon, this game breathes new life into the characters you know and is full of small details that add up to the charm. The battle system is closer to real-time than the standard turn-based style, and the battles are nicely animated, and the same goes for all the characters and the sync moves, which are the special moves here. Pokemon Masters is an ambitious game. It's a lot of fun, but comes with its bags of mistakes along the way. Still worth trying if you ask me. Number 9. The Swords of Ditto. If you weren't aware, I am a big fan of Zelda, and I always make sure to talk about the great mobile Zelda-like games on the channel. And it just so happens that The Swords of Ditto is definitely one of them. The game is a compact roguelite RPG with cartoonish visuals that stands out. You wake up in the shoes of a hero, and your main task is to explore the world while seeking the Toys of Legend in order to defeat the villain Mormo. The Swords of Ditto blends in colorful graphics and a delightful soundtrack with light puzzles and simple yet challenging combat. On your quest, you'll be slashing through enemies, collecting items, meeting oddball but interesting characters, and watching the world adapt to your past playthroughs, which feels rewarding every time you progress just a little bit further than the last time. The Swords of Ditto doesn't bring anything new to the table, but if you pick up the game, you'll be in for a light-hearted fun time. Something that not many roguelike ARPG on mobile are able to deliver. Number 8. The Elder Scrolls Blades. Deep down, I'm mainly a JRPG fan, but when I got introduced to the Elder Scrolls series through Skyrim, and shout out to my buddy Travis for that, it opened my eyes to a brand new style of role-playing games. Blades isn't Skyrim on mobile, but visually it gets damn close, and that's something Bethesda must get credits for. This is one of the best visually impressive RPGs on mobile. The game takes some of the key elements of the franchise and reworks them into a portable experience that feels built from the ground up to work flawlessly on phones. And yes, it does bring with it some elements of mobile gaming that many fans find annoying, including myself. You will come across chests in the game that take a really long time to open, and you guessed it, you can speed up the wait by using gems that can be bought from the store. But I mean, there's gotta be a better way to include microtransactions than that. You will go on quests to rescue villagers, kill some bad guys, or collect things from a dungeon, all done to rebuild a village that was nearly destroyed. And the combat is based on timing, when to tap and when to release. And a few more things worth mentioning is that the game can be played both in portrait and landscape mode, and you can quit the game at any point in a quest and you'll pick up right where you left off. Number 7. Saga Scarlett Grace Ambitions. The latest RPG from Square Enix to hit the mobile play stores, Saga Scarlett Grace Ambitions, is the 12th entry in the series. That's right, this RPG saga, for the lack of a better word, has been running for a long time. It was initially out on the PS Vita, and it's now out on Android and iOS with improved graphics. And although it's priced quite high, as with most Square Enix premium RPG ports, This is a quality JRPG with several story arcs to play through, and you'll be getting over 70 hours of gameplay, which is pretty good value for your money. Number 6. Valkyrie Anatomia. Released in early 2019 globally, Valkyrie Anatomia, which actually has been out for years in Japan, is the prequel to one of the most beloved RPGs by Square Enix, Valkyrie Profile. If you're not familiar with the universe, Valkyrie Anatomia is a fantasy RPG inspired by Norse mythology, where the fate of the gods and mankind is at stake, and you play as Maiden Lenneth, who Odin tasked with the mission to recruit the fallen heroes to stop an unending war. The gameplay is decent as you'll be moving around a grid where you get to collect chests and fight off enemies to get to recruit new heroes, a bit like in the Dissidia Final Fantasy series. And combat wise, you tap on a character's icon for a simple attack and swipe up for a special. The strategy element comes into play with the order and the timing you press these. Overall, the game has decent graphics and soundtrack, the story will keep you invested for a long time, and the battle system is fun in its tactical aspect. Definitely one of the better free-to-play JRPGs you will find on mobile. Number 5. Series M. First released under the name of Tale of the Five Kingdoms, Series M is a gacha hero collection game, so the formula here is very similar to others in the genre. In other words, you'll be collecting heroes to form your party, and as they get stronger, you'll be unlocking various battle modes, challenges, and PvP. Series M has a lot of charm, beautiful visuals, and gorgeous animations. The combat is turn-based, and although it uses autoplay, it's there for a reason, and that is for you to plan your moves, which is where the tactical and strategical aspects of the battle takes place. I wasn't too impressed with the story, but other than that, there's a lot to like in Series M, and you can try it out for no cost. Number 4. Monolisk. Monolisk by Trickster Arts is a fantasy action RPG, a CCG, and a dungeon builder, all packaged in one beautiful game with a captivating theme and charisma. You get to choose from 5 characters, or races if you will, each with their own set of abilities and perks, and each character is highly customizable from the appearance, clothes, weapons, and so on, which allows for such a wide range of possibilities, something I definitely enjoyed playing. You get to play dungeons created by other players from around the world, and you also can make your own dungeons for others to try. This is loads of fun, I have to admit, but I just feel like the game could have definitely used a single player campaign to go along with its stunning visuals and music, and its simple yet intuitive controls. Just feels like a missed opportunity to reach greatness. Still, Monolisk is amazing, and it is a must play in my book. Number 3. Langrisser. Good RPGs on mobile don't come around that often, but SRPGs even less, so when one crosses both checkmarks, well, that's a keeper, and Langrisser from Square Enix is definitely a keeper. Langrisser just seems to have it all, from the large map, to the variety of characters, to the bits and pieces that make up the core of a great SRPG game like the danger zone toggle, terrain buffs, or easily viewable movement options. And although this isn't the first game in the series, far from that, you don't need to have played the previous games to enjoy this one. And as a matter of fact, there is even a mode here called Time Rift where you can play mini versions of previous Langrisser games. This features gives you cliff notes on the story, and as an added bonus, it's a great way to earn some fast XP and items. This is easily one of the best strategic RPG games on mobile to date, and a must play if you're a fan of the genre. Number 2. Battle Chasers Night War. Turn-based RPG fans, hold on to your seats as Battle Chasers Night War is a fantastic new entry onto mobile. The gameplay features 2 main types, one where you get to explore a big overworld by tapping where to go, and the other are smaller dungeons where you have direct control over your team using the virtual analog stick. In both, you will come across enemies in turn-based battles, talk to NPCs, and find all kinds of loot and treasures, all the while advancing through the story by completing quests. The opening cinematic took my breath away. The voice acting is top notch, and just about everything in this game is polished and complete. This is mobile gaming done right, and it's an absolute joy to explore its world and spend countless hours taking down epic bosses or crafting weapons or armors. Number 1. Another Eden. Another Eden was first released in Japan in 2017, and it went to rack up 8 million downloads and win the Google Play Award for Best Game of the Year. And we had to wait until June of 2019 to get a global release, but you know what they say. Good things come to those who wait, and from the first opening chapter, it's obvious that Another Eden is something different. And how could it not be with Masato Kato as a writer behind it, who's also known for writing the scripts of Chrono Trigger, Xenogears, Chrono Cross, and Final Fantasy VII. Everything from the art style to the soundtrack to the gameplay mechanics and the story arcs for the characters is carefully crafted. This is a love letter to turn-based JRPG fans, and if you've loved games like Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, or the earlier Final Fantasy games, you will have an absolute blast playing Another Eden. And although it's free to play, the game is extremely well balanced, and you will have no disadvantages progressing through the game if you choose not to spend any real life money. I'm still playing the game to this date, and I've spent countless hours diving into many of the characters' backstory, and I won't spoil any of it, but I'll say this. It's highly rewarding, and this amazing game just got a cross event with none other than Persona 5, so hop on in if you haven't yet, and thank you Masato Kato and the team at WFS for one of the best JRPGs ever made on mobile. And that sums up my picks for the top 10 RPGs on mobile for 2019. And I'm curious, have you or will you play any games in this video? And what's your favorite RPGs? Let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, your likes are very much appreciated. And subscribing is a good idea if you haven't yet, as I make new videos like this every week. Also, special thanks to my Patreon supporters, and if you also want to support my work, you can sign up for a membership on Patreon for as little as $1 and get access to behind the scenes rewards or have your name in the videos. So head over to patreon.com/AndroidGamespot or check out the link in the description. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you warriors for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Android Gamespot. Stay epic.